What's happening, fam? My name is Harsh and joining me today is SHREYAS. Alright, so today you're joining us for our first video in the series, which is Journey to Endgame. And here we start off with our first review of Iron Man 1.
Oh, RDJ, baby, RDJ. It was really cool. So Jon Favreau, the director, he actually fought Marvel to get RDJ on board. And basically his belief was that he personified Tony Stark's journey. So way back in 2008, we were just kids, and we were just excited that the superhero movie is coming out. And yeah, everyone, I mean, a bunch of us knew who Robert Downey Jr. was, but besides that, it was just a cool, fun thing to check out. And 20 movies later, 10 years down, now we're on our way to Endgame. So this was quite something, man, that Marvel started.
Yeah, so this is actually something that Marvel really did. They set a benchmark for all shared universes to follow.
Yep.
And they did a kick-ass job with it, starting off with Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of a better, casting for Tony Stark in my mind, because Robert Downey Jr. is basically playing himself and it is Tony Stark.
Yep. Thank you, Jon Favreau.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So you were talking about what Marvel was doing in terms of like the entire setup and how they set up.
And they were already 2 steps ahead of everyone else, because before 2008, all the superhero movies that we were getting were all these individual movies that had no connection to each other. You know, Fantastic Four was coming out, it had no relation to Spider-Man, which was, all these things were coming out. Even DC was doing its own thing. They had this amazing Dark Knight trilogy going on, but nobody was doing a shared universe where multiple superheroes would be coming in. You would have these small snippets at the end, like the end credit scene, joining the entire universes together. And it's something that started off the thing for the end credits as well.
Oh, absolutely.
All movies started following it.
Yeah, now we have like a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene.
End credit scene.
Like Guardians has done like 4 mid-credits to post-credit scenes. So yeah, man, respect to Marvel, respect to RDJ and the whole universe that they've got going
Kevin
on.
Feige, come on.
Absolutely.
The man behind the universe.
Cool. So now get starting on the movie. So I mean, it starts out really kind of cool, chill. Tony Stark's this arrogant guy. He's a billionaire. He's doing his own thing. And basically his main thing is that he's selling weapons to the military, the US military. And during one of his convoys in Afghanistan, when he's making a presentation, that's when he gets kidnapped, and that's where the fun starts actually.
Yeah, and this is actually the first scene in the movie. As soon as you start off, he's in the funway, and it gets bombarded, and you're just like, whoa, you're dropped into it. You don't have any time to breathe, and then it takes off. So you're already gripped as soon as the movie starts.
Right. And I think they've done a really good job to show like where he sort of moves his trajectory from like being like this everyday cool rich kind of guy who's like within himself doing his own thing, and then he moves on and he has this sort of calling, this sense of epiphany that, oh, this is something that I need to do, and this is something that's bigger, better, and so much more than me and what I've been doing for so long.
Yeah, he moves on from being just a playboy billionaire to being a guy who gives a shit about what's happening around him and how he can change things around him.
One of the reporters asked him that, oh, you're the Da Vinci of our time. He's like, I don't paint. He's like, what about Merchant of Death? He's like, yeah, that makes sense. So you still got that sense of arrogance.
And Robert Downey Jr. with his quips on point. Every time.
Yeah. So we get started with that, and then once things start, picking up, we see some beautiful scenes where he's making his first suit in a cave, literally with zero sort of help, and he's pretty much kidnapped and he's trying to figure out his way out.
He's got one assistant.
He's got, that guy's kick-ass, man. Jensen,
Shout out to Jensen.
Yeah, and then when we move from there, and then he comes back home and he's like, I need to improve on this, and this is something that I can really do. And coming to that first scene when he finally figures out, how he's doing his thing and, working with his mechanics and doing that thing. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. There's some funny shit going on.
And even the montages, I really loved how he's creating the suit for the first time. And he's trying out different things at different, settings and everything. And he's going crashing into walls in his cars. It's a lot of fun. And this actually set a really good tone for, all the movies for Marvel going forward.
Right.
How when they have to be serious, they're serious. But there's a lot of humor involved in their overall universe.
Right, and that's how they've been sort of applying to like a mass sort of audience all over the globe. So it's the kids who never watched the cartoons or the comics or anything. It's for us adults now that we're adults and we've watched a little bit of cartoons. We have a little bit of connection with the comics and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just has global mass appeal. So there you go, Marvel doing its thing, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So actually my personal favorite scene is when he finally figures out his jet propulsion thing and he's like, I can fly.
That's a pretty kick-ass scene. And especially when he goes up into the orbit and he's trying to figure out how far can I go. And then the suit, ices up and he's like, okay, this is something we have to work on.
Exactly. Yeah, so that particular scene, man, when he finally figures out that, okay, let's do this. And then, you know, the suit comes on, it's gold. There's a 360 panorama of him. He looks into the camera.
Yeah.
That was intense, man. That was beautiful to watch.
And not only that, so exactly this scene, and initially you think there's not much relation to it, but this is exactly how it defeats, you know. Exactly. So the guy has not thought of the icing. So this is actually a pretty vital scene in the movie.
Absolutely. So they've really built it up step by step without even you finding out that everything sort of plays a part. So this was really cool.
Okay. Can we come to the soundtrack, please?
Oh my god. How do we forget the fucking soundtrack, bro? Yeah, man. So, like, for someone like me who's not really into like old school rock or old school music and stuff, just the opening credits, like AC/DC is playing, and I'm like, damn, this sounds so good. Back in Black is playing.
I am a huge rock fan, so for me, it was on point. Nice. I would have never thought AC/DC and Iron Man would go together so well.
Absolutely.
So for me, I think this was like a match made in heaven.
Absolutely, yeah. I remember at the end of the movie also when it finishes, you know, when he says, "Okay, I'm Iron Man," and then the credits roll and there's this kick-ass, you know, stuff going on graphically
montage,
and then Black Sabbath is singing fucking
Iron Man. It's brilliant. It's
absolutely
brilliant. It's like a match made in heaven.
Absolutely, yeah. And in terms of how we were talking about how sort of Marvel set up seeds for like the rest of the movies and stuff. So SHIELD is there in the movie, and they actually stand for, what was it?
Strategic.
Thank you. The Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. Also in the post-credit scene when we finally get Nick Fury.
Oh yeah. So that is probably the first time we've gotten like a proper end-credit scene which has actually gone and built up into something.
Correct.
We've had post-credit scenes in movies before, but they've never, you know, accounted too much. Yeah, they're just there.
Right.
But this has actually propelled the universe forward, and you know, they've created something out of this. It's really good to watch.
It is beautiful. So another cool scene is when Terrence Howard, who's his pal in the military, the military liaison, Captain James Rhodey Rhodes. So when Iron Man finally figures out the icing problem, and then he's like, let's throw in a little hot rod red in there. So from gold he gets a little bit of red, and finally in the end when he's fighting the main villain, so you know, Rhodey's figuring out what the fuck's going on, like I need to help, and he sees the old suit hanging, and then he looks at it and he's like, next time, baby.
Next time, baby.
So we'll check him out in the next movie. Hopefully that carries on there.
Hopefully he'll stick around.
Oh, let's fucking rate the movie, man.
What do you think?
I mean, considering that we're biased, that we've seen like so many movies, 20 movies, and this sort of like we now know and realize that this set up exactly what was going on from the beginning. But if I remove all of that bias and see it as is, Robert Downey Jr., the direction, the setup, the small quips, the humor, the end credit scene, etc., it has to be a banger blockbuster, bro.
Absolutely. So, in my opinion, again, considering this is 2008, and we just saw this movie again recently, as a fresher, and this is 2008, the VFX, they were on point.
Oh, yes.
The soundtrack is on point. Robert Downey Jr. as a casting is brilliant.
Yep.
I don't think I could have, you could have found a guy better than Robert Downey Jr. for Tony Stark.
Yeah.
The entire cast has done a brilliant job.
Yes.
The direction is brilliant. Yep. So yeah, for me, definitely a blockbuster.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I think the budget was $180 million.
Yeah.
And these guys did 500 plus, so that's $500 million.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge stepping stone for what, you know, happened later. And now we have Marvel movies making like $1 billion plus.
2 billion.
2 billion.
Infinity War. 2 billion.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think we're done, man. Thank you for watching. And this was fun, so thanks for having me over.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And if you like our content, please do subscribe to our channel. Be back for more. Since we're doing this journey together till Endgame, you're gonna have a lot of content, and we're gonna have a lot of movies to watch.
So yeah, I hope you join us. Please like, share, subscribe. Should be somewhere around here. And yeah, I hope you join us.
See you soon.